What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for TheLines.com. Let's talk some Monday Night Football between Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots. As we see right over here, we got a 7.5 to 8.5. So there's all kinds of stuff going on in this one as far as differences in the number. 40.5 is the total. Of course, while you're here, everything we do, absolutely free. Hit that subscribe button down below. Give us a thumbs up and then let us know in the comment section how you are going to play this game. I'll scroll down a little bit. You can see some of the little quick facts here real quick. So I don't have to tell you, the Bears team has struggled so far this year, certainly from an offensive perspective. And really, this is going to come down to, and we've seen a little bit of signs of life, not a ton out of Justin Fields, out of this offense, but it is Bill Belichick with extra time to prepare for one of the, let's just call a spade, one of the bottom 5 teams in the NFL. And that's going to be tough to overcome. How much pressure can the Patriots get on the Chicago offensive line and then in turn, Justin Fields? Because what we're getting here is, Justin Fields under pressure, 29th graded by Pro Football Focus versus the blitz. He's 36th. Of course, there's backups in there and whatnot and everything like that, but in 36th versus the blitz, right? So he just does not handle pressure, doesn't handle the blitz very well at all. So how much is that going to come into play here in this one? Because right now, this New England defense is actually getting the 6th highest pressure rate in the NFL. They blitz at the 7th highest rate in the NFL. So are they going to crank that up even more? Are they going to blitz even more knowing these numbers versus Justin Fields? Are we going to get maybe even more pressure? Of course, this is the offense that you're looking at here on your screen versus the defense of Chicago. That's the Chicago offense versus the New England defense, like we're talking about right here. But this offense for Chicago has been putrid, right? I mean, they're 30th overall DVOA. They're 29th according to Pro Football Focus. Justin Fields has been under pressure more than any quarterback in the NFL this year. If you look at their early down success, they are dead last in the NFL, which is always putting them in 2nd and 3rd and long. And again, it's hard to convert. And so you look at this and it's like, man, that is one of the things that you would think that maybe could regress to the positive, but maybe not. And then you look at the NFL, the New England defense, and they are really good on early downs. So, I mean, look, the New England offense isn't anything to write home about. That being said, weirdly enough, Pro Football Focus really likes them as compared to DVOA that kind of doesn't. So there's big discrepancy between the Football Outsiders numbers and the Pro Football Focus numbers when it comes to this New England offense. That being said, what we do know, and you can't argue with, is they're 8th in the NFL in yards per play. They're 13th in early down success rate. They're 8th in points per play. So it hasn't been terrible, that's for sure. One thing that has been terrible, though, is their red zone offense. They've been able to move the ball, and they've been able to go up and down the field, and they hadn't been able to turn those into touchdowns, right? So they're 29th in the NFL in red zone scoring. Now, that you would expect to possibly take a tick towards the better for this team. But will it be in this game? Who knows, right? I mean, we just expect over time that it's going to kind of right the ship and right itself. But that's maybe that's not this game. Maybe it's not this season. Here's some words from Eli, stuff that he's looking at here in this game. Now, if we want to look at the Chicago defense, what do we know? Well, what we know is they have a very, very poor run defense and about a middle-of-the-road pass defense. What do we know about New England? Well, I'll tell you what we know about New England. They have 2 running backs. Damien Harris, by the way, is off the injury report. So between Ramondre Stevenson and Damien Harris, they're going to run the ball a ton in this game, and they're going to try to run. Bill Belichick is going to certainly attack the weakness of this team, especially when you consider they actually get a lot of pressure without having to blitz. They blitz at the least highest rate, the dead last rate in the NFL yet get the 8th amount of pressure in the NFL. So this front four has actually been getting it done for the Bears. They don't have to blitz to get the pressure on the quarterback. And here's the thing. You got Mac Jones coming off this ankle thing. He's going to be less mobile than he was. I bet you we just see a super healthy dose of run. I'll scroll here if you want to read along a little bit more. From both of these teams, most likely. As we know, the Bears run a ton as it is. They just don't pass. So how am I playing this thing? Well, look, I have an incredible amount of liability rolling into this game from a teaser standpoint. I have Bengals legs. I have Dolphins legs. I have Jets legs, all rolling into this game. So took New England down from the 8 to 2. As we saw a little bit earlier when we were looking at the lines, there's 7.5s out there, so you could even take them down to 1.5. And obviously, if you wanted to play it from this direction, right? If you want to play it from a teaser direction, you're going to have to roll it into week 8, right? Just got to find a leg that you want to pair it up with. If you saw the video from yesterday on this channel from Sunday Night Football, I was saying, hey, take the Dolphins and then tie it into this game. Hopefully you did that. If that's not the case, you could open a teaser with this game. Just got to roll it into week 8. There are a couple of options that are interesting. So that's one way to go about this. That is how I'd play it at this point. I didn't want to lay the full number. I think that they win this game. I think they win this game by a field goal. I didn't want to lay the full 8.5. Game with a super low total. Common betting sense tells you you're supposed to take the 8.5 points with the Bears in a game with, a 40.5 total. I just can't get there either, right? If someone forced me to play this thing one way or the other, I'd probably take the points, but that's just not how I'm looking to play it, right? I mean, I think that this is one of the better teaser legs of the year. And so I have Patriots to win this thing by a field goal in all the teasers. And I honestly think you should do the same if you want to play this game. I think you just open a teaser leg and roll it into week 8. From a total standpoint, I mean, look, what do we know we're getting? We are getting an offense from New England in situation neutral. They're 26th in the NFL. Situation neutral for Chicago, they're 16th. So it is a middle of the road situation neutral team versus a slow paced team. So net average of that, we're going to get a slower game, you would think, out of this. We both know these teams want to run the ball, like to run the ball. And then further, passing isn't the way to go. I mean, we know Chicago's had no success passing the ball basically all year. Patriots rookie cornerback Jack Jones is actually Pro Football Focus's highest graded corner in the entire NFL. Quarterbacks have a 33.7 passer rating when targeting him in coverage. So, I mean, throwing it is just not the way to go in this either. It's running. It's going to be a bunch of running from both of these teams, a bunch of running. And that doesn't mean that you can't score a bunch of points running if you're super, super efficient. But as we know, it keeps the clock ticking, and it does at least lend itself towards an under. So, again, if I had to play the total, I'd play the under. Not in love with it either. I think the number's appropriate. But if I had to play it, I would certainly play under in this game. On a prop side of things, guys, I only have one that I'm looking at, and it's a plus money prop. We hit our props from Sunday night. Justin Fields rolling down, and we're going to look at interceptions. And we're actually going to take the plus money, plus 140-ish, 143 that we're getting here on the under. So basically no interception for Justin Fields. And one of the things is he's been a little less careless with the ball here lately. He only has one interception in his last 3 games. And then the other thing just about this team is they throw the ball at the lowest rate in all the NFL, right? His season high in pass attempts is only 27. So the ball's just in the air a lot less. We have fewer chances for interceptions. He's been a little bit more cautious. I mean, he's been a little bit more careful with the ball here lately as well. So there's a lot of things that kind of go into this, and then plus just that fat, juicy number of plus 143 in a game like this, in which super low total, so it doesn't look like either team is supposed to, it doesn't look like the Patriots are supposed to blow them out or anything. Kind of how I am going to play this from a prop perspective. I'll take the big juice here that Fields doesn't throw it to the other team. Same game parlay, not in love with any of the ones in this game, as you can probably tell. That being said, if you want to paint the story of New England winning, we can do the alt spread and just say they win by a field goal, right? So basically a teaser leg. We want to get it over the key number of 44. So we'll say under 44.5 in this thing. David Montgomery, who has Khalil Herbert breathing down his neck for playing time, goes under 64.5 rushing yards. Because again, if they're running the ball with a lot of success, it's probably not going our way anyway with all this stuff. So under 65 yards for David Montgomery. And then, of course, if this is all working for us, Ramondre is probably having a decent little day, over 60 yards for him. It gets us plus 360. The only reason I brought this up too is if you just want to make this a little bit juicier, Equanimeous St. Brown for the Bears, he's just kind of basically an all or nothing play. He is a dude that is only going to catch 1 or 2 balls in this game for sure. Like, he just doesn't get very many targets as he is. He only 2 or 3 targets a game. But typically it's downfield, right? So here's the thing. So far this year, 1 catch, 18 yards, 2 catches, 39 yards, 1 catch, 20 yards. Then he went catchless on 2 targets, 2 catches, 24 yards, and then he didn't get a target in week 6. So basically, again, he's getting 2 or 3 targets a game, but typically they're downfield. If you wanted to play him just over 9 yards and just saying basically he's going to get 1 catch in the game, it bumps this thing all the way up to plus 575. So just another alternate way that you could play a same game parlay here. And this one's not necessarily correlated to anything with Equanimeous St. Brown. It's just more of the, hey, look, do you think he catches 1 ball? And if he catches 1 ball, he's going to go over that because that's just where his depth of target is further down the field. So as you can tell, guys, look, not in love with this from any traditional betting standpoint. I love the teaser leg. Love the teaser leg. Really needed to get home as well. Heavily invested in that teaser leg getting home. Do have a lean towards the under. If I had to play the total, would play the under in this thing. We're going to take the big juicy money here on no interception for Justin Fields. And of course, got this little same game parlay here, taking this basically down to the teaser leg number, 2.5, under 44.5. David Montgomery's not going to get a ton of rushing yards, hopefully, because then it's probably not going our way anyway. And then Ramondre Stevenson is going to get the 60 rushing yards from him. And again, if you just want to throw something in there to make it a little bit more juicy, is Equanimeous St. Brown going to get 1 catch in this game? If so, you could get it up to 575. Guys, everything we do, absolutely free. You can read on Eli's breakdown of the game as well over here, over on the lines. We got the Discord, so please jump in there. We're giving away free money every single week. You just got to be a subscriber to this channel and then also just get in the Discord, talk to everybody over there. So take our free money while you're at it. And then, as always, hey, man, subscribe to the channel. We're putting up stuff all over the place. Can't wait for college basketball to get here, everything like that. So do that. Give us a thumbs up and then let us know in the comment section how you are playing Bears versus Patriots. Good luck on all your bets here on Monday Night Football.